Hey, Campbell, how's it going, man?
I'm tired, Chris, but we're still working.
Well, tell me why you're tired. Tell me about your marketing efforts. We talked about this last year about you were going out in the field, making relationships, pressing the flesh, actually seeing people in person. And how's that paid off, and what's the latest?
So what that has allowed me to do this year is basically stay in this office. Uh, After about 8 months of marketing that way, Chris, my base started referring clients to me, and then I have an advantage where my office is located. People walking in, asking questions, word in the community just got out, the services I provide, and I will help someone do the extra help applications. I'll help them apply for Medicaid, and all this is stuff that I do, that I don't get paid for anything, right?
Wow.
To do that, but when that word is spread around, they'll send somebody who I may get paid to help.
Right.
And so I don't mind it because it has definitely been beneficial for me to offer those other services.
That's great. And so you built relationships not only with the local community, but also with providers in the local community. And how's that relationship paid off?
Wonderfully. I still call any pharmacy when I sign one of their customers up, let them know what company I've placed their customer with.
Wow.
And what to expect when the new policy will take effect. And if I have the PCN and RX number or the group number, I'll go ahead and give it to the pharmacist or the tech that I'm speaking to on the phone. So they'll have it in hand. And the next time somebody goes in that drugstore complaining about a copay or whatever, they're going to say, you know what, I've got a number here. Just call this guy and see if he can help you.
Wow, that's incredible, man. Well, can you give me
Here's a little one coming in.
Oh, can you pan around? I know you just showed me right before we got on here, but you were showing me the application thing you got going on, all the paperwork you got piled around, because we got a good connection now.
Okay, Chris. Girls, y'all tell Chris hey.
Hey.
Hi.
All right.
Got quite a few files there. Oh, something's covering the camera.
Hey, listen, all of that's not Medicare now, Chris. How I marketed, it caused me to branch out into the healthcare marketplace, which that's really not what I want to do. I want to focus on Medicare, but because providers were sending people to ask me to help with healthcare,
right.
And I did that for a month and a half last year, just as a service. And finally I said, you know what, if I'm doing this, I need to earn something. So I did my certifications, and I've really been neck deep in Obamacare, the law, the policies, and everything else. So tell Chris hi.
Hey.
Hi.
And, okay, baby. Anyway, those things, Chris, are paid off for me, but there is so much work with individual health insurance. I can't believe the paperwork and the headache that it can cause an agent.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to do. I want my focus to strictly be Medicare. So my goal this year, I've done face-to-face with the local marketing techniques that I shared earlier with you. Now I want to branch that out into the cold calling areas around me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I cold call, I still expect within a 60-mile radius to go and sit down with these people face-to-face. That's just me personally.
Mm-hmm.
If I was comfortable doing it exactly the way you and the other agents do it, man, I know it's successful, but I don't have that comfort level yet. And I wish I did. But my whole thing is where I was 3 years ago and where I am today, I don't know why I need to branch out more than a 60-mile radius
Right.
to have the lifestyle and the earnings that I want.
Yeah.
And it's because of the field that we're in. If somebody has an insurance license and they're not working marketing some kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
they're wasting a golden opportunity,
Yeah.
specifically with Medicare.
Yeah, I heard somebody say the other day that the only way you can fail in this business is not enough presentations, and I think that's completely true. You know, if you keep your candle hidden under a bush and nobody knows what the heck you're doing out there, then of course you're going to starve. You're going to fail.
That's
You
right.
certainly have done the opposite of that.
Look, it hadn't been fast for me. But I was listening to a podcast that you did with an agent,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he was doing great numbers. And see, I probably hit somewhere between 7 to 12 every month. That's what I'll average. But you figure that, and that's probably started to. I've been in the business 3 years, and those numbers probably started 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But that's each and every month, and then those renewals start.
Yeah.
So the fairy tale, or the tale, the tortoise and the hare.
And then
Hey,
the referrals start, which is what you started by saying here. The referrals
exactly.
start. Yeah.
So
Man,
so
that's
somebody
exciting.
somebody somebody that gets in our business for a quick dollar,
Yeah.
that's the wrong mentality. We really take the idea to help everybody we see, whether we earn a commission or we don't, and that in the end will pay off.
And you mentioned that you're also into the Obamacare stuff now, where you're going to change your focus here until February 15th, and that's over. Tell me, in your experience, having done both this past year and the first enrollment season that you did, where is the customer service threshold? What customer service is involved? Have you found on the Obamacare stuff versus Medicare supplements? I mean, what have you experienced in problems, or copay problems, network problems, billing problems, any of those kind of things as it relates to one versus the other?
All right, here in Georgia, Blue Cross Blue Shield in my area is the primary provider, which is an HMO network. The HMO network that they offer has an extremely narrow offering of providers. Um, so somebody may drive 60 or 70 miles,
Wow.
not for a primary care physician, but for a specialist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I've run into people asking me, why am I having to pay full price for certain services? Let's say a primary did an X-ray and they sent it to a certain lab to have the lab look at the blood work or the X-ray or whatever,
Right.
and the lab wasn't in the network. The doctor was, but the lab wasn't. Welcome to healthcare HMO.
Mm.
Also, the stipulations. The marketplace has asked for income verification or identity verification. I have helped some immigrants who have papers of naturalization, green cards, etc. It has to be provided
Mm-hmm.
For the people to receive the tax credit from the marketplace or the federal government. So rounding up stipulations, that's been difficult. And then at times there's been policies where we entered all the information through the marketplace, but the carrier never received the information from the marketplace. So the person has been left in limbo, sometimes for 2 to 3 months, not knowing if they have coverage or not.
Compare that to the Medicare marketplace, if you would.
When you get yes from an underwriter in the Medicare marketplace, you are finished. You never hear a complaint from a customer in regards to anything.
Oh, my video froze. That's a good one. Good place to freeze it. Can you hear me, Campbell? Uh-oh, it dropped off. There we go. Now we're back.
Hey, the Medicare supplement policy is going to pay exactly what it says it's going to pay for any doctor or provider that accepts Medicare. You're not going to have to answer a question about why a bill did not get paid. You're not going to have to answer a question about who's in network, who's not in network. There's no headache with Medicare. Zero. There's no legwork with Medicare.
Yeah.
Zero. If you stay in contact with your customers, and the numbers that we have in our book now, it's becoming challenging because we want to reach out to them at least once a quarter some kind of way. But if you stay in contact with them, they won't leave you, because you're going to keep them updated on premiums. You're going to keep them updated on their medications. You're just going to keep them in the loop, and they're going to be happy customers. They're not going to have issues, none whatsoever. I love Medicare. I hate healthcare.
When are you going on vacation? You said February?
Yes. Now my anniversary is the 19th of December.
Okay.
So I've got a surprise for my wife.
Good deal.
15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, she claimed me this morning, and she came by earlier. She didn't get in the video, but you know how that is.
That's cool. All right, man. Well, we're going to have to talk about that later. Thanks for spending some time with me on the updates. I'm glad you did a very booming business during this AEP. And, of course, we'll
Same
be
here, Chris.
touch.
Right back at you, my friend.
All right. Stay in touch, man. Thank you.
All right, Chris. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.